Hi, Professor. Today I'm gonna talk about economic of esport. Esport has gotten a lot of interest throughout the world since video games has become a really big part of our life. Not only because of the prize money, but also because you can watch the top player from all over the world competing against each other. It should be noticed there's no official definition of esport, as there's various meaning in the literature. Typically, the term esport refers to organized competitive video games among professional players. Gaming at home as hobby is not considered to be an esport. Unlike traditional sport, when players play basketball at home, is still playing basketball, but esport is usually practiced in the league tournament with a specific goal or prize. The most popular games are generally team-based or multiple player games from the first-person shooting or multiple player online battle arena. Video games most commonly played in esport tournament are real-time strategy, fighting, and first-person shooting and multiple player online battle arena type of games. The market growth of esport. According to analyzed by Statista, the esport global audience is estimated to be 474 million viewers in 2021, expected increase to 576 million in 2024, and increasing about 15% on a year-to-year basis. Based on data from Newzoo, the global esport market will generate 1.1 billion US dollar revenue in 2019 and is estimated to generate 1.65 billion US dollar in 2021 and 1.8 billion US dollar in 2022. The esport and the game market combined will generate more global revenue in 2019 than traditional sport market or the film industry. When we look at the new esport, Newzoo estimate that the whole global gaming market would generate 152 billion in 2019, implying 9.6% growth per year. And the latest data shows that nearly 3 in every 10 interest users now watching the live stream of other people playing video games, equating to a global audience of close to 1.25 billion people. For the past 8 years, the video games industry has earned more revenue than the movie and music industry combined. We can look at the data right here. As the time passes by, the revenues goes up. It's increasing by every single year. And now we're going to talk about business model of traditional sport. The revenue comes from ticket sales at the gate, TV, and share of league property sales, sponsorship from the nature of team stadium arrangement. Ticket sales are almost 50% of the revenue. For example, Golden State Warriors bring in nearly 500 million per season according to Forbes, with the expectation that will reach closer to 700 million per year. Before pandemic, the 1.4 billion Chase Center in San Francisco attract more than 3 million in game revenue per game. There are at least 82 regular season games and 5 or 6 preseason games. It's about 25 million. Other big part of the revenue would be broadcast. Media are the second most important source of the revenue for all the team in traditional sport. The willingness of the advertiser to pay the sponsorship programming long ago alert the revenue side of the pro and college sports forever. According to statistics, the revenue of the Golden State Warriors was $201 million during 2014 and 2015. After NBA signed a new broadcast contract with TNT and ESPN, The Golden State Warriors earned $305 million on the next year, as we can see here. Here's their 2014 and 15 is 201, and after they signed the contract, they earned $305 million immediately. It increased by $104 million, which means at least 35% of the revenue came from broadcast for the Golden State Warriors. Under jersey advertising, Golden State Warriors signed a 3-year, $60 million deal with the Japanese giant Rakuten. It's about 3% of the revenue, and they are the main source of the revenue for traditional sport team. The bismol of esport, according to Patrick, it's estimated that around 74% of the money generated by our esport team comes directly from sponsorship deal. The esport has attracted many known sponsors. For example, the energy drink brand Red Bull and the smartphone company HTC have jersey sponsorship for Cloud9 and a famous esport team. However, team have struggled to make sponsorship a sustainable source of revenue. Esport betting and fantasy and merchandising are about 10%. The ticket sales are about 5%. There's a huge difference from traditional sport and other big differences in broadcast revenue. Esport broadcasting on TV is still in its fantasy as broadcasts look for esport content that will appeal to their target demographic. eLeague, our esport content and live tournament brand, has broadcasting deal with TBS that shows the Street Fighter V, Counter-Strike on TV. They recently formed Overwatch League will be broadcast on ESPN, Disney, and ABC family of the network. Perhaps most importantly, a broadcast TV deal doesn't cancel existing distribution agreement, such as broadcasts on Twitch that were already in place. Even though game developer and the league creators are able to come to broadcast agreement, but esports team would not get any revenue from that because those agreements are negotiated between game developer and league creator and the broadcasting entirely. But still, esports has enjoyed tremendous success measured by media interest, fan base, and business revenue, and the tournament prize money. As we can see here, esport market revenue, the big part of the revenue is from sponsorship and advertising, and the second most revenue is from the prize pools. What makes the esport so unique? Like average age in Overwatch League is 20.6 years old. The youngest player is 13 years old. The oldest player is 30 years old. But in NBA, the league average is 26 years old. The youngest player is 18 years old. The oldest player is 41 years old. When we look at the data, we notice that the age requirement of esport is more stricter than traditional sport. Other than that, competitive balance is more commonly considered demand factor when explaining sports demand, but the esport market is unique. Esport fans seem to like watch their favorite player success, and global superstar attract new players and new revenue to market. For example, the United States won the Overwatch World Cup in 2019, and four of the Team US starting six are from the same esport team, San Francisco Shock. It's main reason why they won the back-to-back championship in 2019 and 2020 of the Overwatch League. Conclusion. In last couple of years, we have been observing our growth in esport economic. Today's sport is well established both in terms of economic size, participating, and audience. And this paper I focus on the market growth of esports, the differences between esports business model and the traditional business model, and the unique of the esport. Overall, the esports sector recent growth is ushering in a new age in the sport business. Esport, which regarded as brand new sport, it has a complementary connection to traditional sport, which offers up a plenty of option for all the sports stakeholder. On the other hand, it has the potential to contribute not just to sport economic, but also to the general economic. And thank you, Professor, for nice vacation.